Welcome to the Trip Designer. In this example, we'll look at how to design a trip from scratch. Here's how you can do it. First, navigate to the Trip Designer section from the left menu. Click on Design a Trip and select From Scratch. The fields to be filled in are trip name. This is the name you want to give to the trip. DMC name. Here, you need to select the DMC you wish to work with for this trip. You cannot mix two different DMCs on the same trip. Countries. Here, you enter the country or countries for this trip. In this example, we want to create a trip to Thailand from scratch. Starting location of the trip. This information indicates the starting city of the trip. Please note that the city of international departure flights must be excluded here. End location of the trip. This information indicates the end city of the trip. It's the same here, don't include the return international flight city. In this example, clients will start and end the trip to Bangkok. Departure date. This is the starting day of the trip. If you don't know the exact date of day 1 of the trip at this stage, no problem. This date can easily be updated in the Trip Designer. Trip duration. This is the number of days the trip will last. You can also change the number of days in the trip as you wish in the Trip Designer. Minimum and maximum number of people for this trip. If you need to create this trip for 2 people, enter minimum pax 2 and maximum pax 2. Then click on Continue. The Trip Designer loads with the parameters you specified. While loading, you'll find the itinerary timeline on the left, which includes the day of the week and the date, the sections for adding experiences, and sections for adding hotels to experiences. On the right, you can view the map. To add an experience to your trip, click on the day you wish to add the experience to the timeline. The outline of the days section will turn orange, inviting you to select the experience. You can either click on the experience map or the list button in the top right-hand corner of the screen. The list or catalog view displays all compatible programs. You can use the filters in the top banner to refine your search by clicking on the plus symbol. The available filters are General Search, which allows you to search for an experience by name and country. By default, the country selected at the start is displayed, but you can add one or more others as part of a combination or combined tour. Experience themes and segments are the experiences you wish to display in the catalog. Duration is the filter that sets the duration of the experiences you wish to display in the catalog. Here, you can select the maximum duration of the experiences. Guide or without guide allows you to display whether or not you wish to display experiences, including a guide. When you select these filters, the results update instantly. On each experience thumbnail, you'll find the themes and segments, title, starting and ending point, duration, and supplier, which is the DMC name. If you want to see what an experience includes, click on its title. You will be redirected to the complete fact sheet. To select an experience to add, click on Select. Once you've chosen the experience you want to add to your trip, the system takes you back to the Trip Designer. Automatically, the duration of the experience fills the itinerary with the correct dates. If available, you can select general options for this experience or day-by-day options to add. To do so, click on Manage Global Options or Manage Day Options. A pop-up window will open, allowing you to select how many options and units you wish to add to this option. To add the option, click on Add to Basket. You'll also need to choose an accommodation if the DMC has set an accommodation as a requirement to run this experience smoothly. To do this, click on Select Accommodation. By default, a pop-up with the hotels suggested by the DMC appears. You can select one of them by clicking on Continue. If you wish to choose a different one from those indicated by your DMC, you can click on the Search Hotels button at the top right of the banner to choose a hotel other than those suggested by the DMC. The hotel filters are at your disposal to help you find the most suitable one. The prices starting from per night are displayed on the thumbnail and the symbol if the hotel offers instant availability during this period. If you wish to get more information about the hotel, you can click on the name. You will be redirected to the complete fact sheet. Repeat the process to add modules, hotels, and options along the itinerary to continue your trip. You can also add days at the beginning, middle, or end of the trip. The system will instantly update the days and the dates. The copy symbol in the timeline lets you easily add the same hotel to the next day. Throughout the construction of your trip, the Cube compatibility technology is activated according to the experience previously added to your trip. In green, the best choices are the modules strongly recommended by your DMC to add next. In orange, compatible choices, not strongly recommended but compatible. In red, incompatible and non-selectable experiences. In some cases, an option may be required to combine two programs. If this is the case, the DMC will have configured this option. When a subsequent module is added to your itinerary, a pop-up window will appear to inform you that a mandatory option is essential to the combination. Here's an example. I've added the Chiang Mai module just after the Bangkok module. The DMC has set up the in and out transfer option and the Bangkok-Chiang Mai flight to make this possible. The pop-up indicates that this option is mandatory to make the programs compatible with each other. Click on the Add option to select the required setting. If you wish to book these services yourself, click Choose another option. By doing so, you take responsibility for the combination, and the DMC cannot be held liable for any errors. The price in the banner updates as you add products to the timeline, such as experiences, hotels, and options. This rate is based on the cheapest room categories available at that time. However, you can change the room category when you confirm your trip. At any time, if you need to access the details of the hotels or experiences you select, click on the product name, and the entire fact sheet will open in a new tab, giving you access to the product details. Also, if you need to visualize your trip's itinerary, you can click on the compass symbol. Here, you can access 3 levels of itinerary. The itinerary overview shows the global route of your trip. Itinerary days allow you to see the daily routes more precisely. Level 3 of view is the points of interest, allowing you to view precisely the places your clients will visit. You can also display the location of the hotels of the trip by clicking on the top left on the Show Hotels button. If you wish to ask for advice or need information from your DMC while designing your trip, you can click on the chat button. Here, you can create thematic conversations, send documents, and even ask your DMC to take over the design of your trip to assist you. For more details, refer to the specific video training on co-design and versioning. When you have finished designing your trip, you have 3 choices. Save as draft means you can retrieve it from the client folder or your draft library. Save as template means that you can retrieve and reuse this template to create a new trip for any new client folder. You'll need to give it a name, and you can add an illustration image. Finalize My Trip allows you to make reservations to finalize your trip. We will now book this trip. As you have started from scratch without creating a client folder for this trip, a pop-up window will appear asking you to create a client folder by entering your client's information. You will arrive at the last window. The trip recap summary is at the top right. Now it's time to book the hotels you've selected. To do so, click on Choose a Room. Select your room. The price will update instantly at the top right. When you have finished, you can import the guests into the experience. You don't need to enter all the guests' information again. It's retrieved from the client folder you created earlier. You will need to validate the cancellation conditions. To access the cancellation conditions of each component of your trip, you can see them below each experience, hotel, or option. Confirm the condition and click on Book. The bookings for the experiences and hotels have been sent to the DMC. To retrieve your client folder and follow the evolution of the statuses, click on the left menu and then on Client Folders. Search for your folder by reference, client name, or booking period, and click on the pencil symbol. All the information related to your client folder is centralized here. You can access your client details, booking information related to hotels and experiences, and finally, trip information. In this tab, you can get back to the conversation you've initiated with the DMC. And the travel diary you can send to your client can also be displayed. If you need more details about the client folder section, you can view the complete video about this topic.